So, what's up, y'all? Welcome to part 2 of my mini series, Easy Eyes, or whatever I'm gonna call it, tutorial, whatever. We did this wonderful halo eye in part 1. First thing you need to do when you're picking an eyeliner is pick the liner that's right for you. Yeah, so eyeliners can come in different colors and things like that. So you wanna pick the eyeliner that's best for your look. I recommend all beginners, because this is what I did. All beginners start with a felt tip eyeliner. So I don't know how many of you notice when you go to the store, but there are different types of eyeliners, obviously different colors, but they can come in either a felt tip or a brush. And I recommend all beginners start with a felt tip because you have way more control over it. Like, you can do just a quick line, you can do a thinner one. That's a hideous thin line. But like, you have more control because you don't really need to, the only thing you need to control is your pressure. With a felt tip, you only need to control your pressure, but the line will come. And because it's like a felt tip, it's basically already straight, pointed. You don't have to worry about messing up that much. That's the beauty in a felt tip. So I recommend all beginners start with a felt tip eyeliner. Just makes your life a lot easier. The problem with felt tips is that they're not always as pigmented as you'd like them to be. Yeah, 2 really good felt tip eyeliners are Maybelline Master Precise and L'Oreal Intense Liner. So it just makes it easier to draw. Like, you're able to draw straighter, you don't have anything to worry about. Since I've moved up that ladder, I now use a brush. So NYX, what is this? NYX Matte Liquid Liner. You get more pigmentation out of a liquid one that comes on with a brush. You can get felt tip ones that come like, 2 separate ones, but it just doesn't, it's just not as dark, I would say, because I'm pretty sure I did L'Oreal, then Maybelline, then NYX, and you can see just on my bare skin that the NYX one is the darkest. I don't pay for expensive liners. I know Kat Von D has like a really good one. And I'm pretty sure it's felt tip, I'm not sure, but I can't pay for things I can't pay a lot of money for, mascara and liquid liner, because at the end of the day, I understand it can probably make a difference when it's high end, where it can be very pigmented and very easy to use. However, like, if I can get this for 10 bucks at the store and just kind of work with what I have, I would much rather do that than pay $30 and say I lose it or something like that. I think I'd lose my mind. The NYX one's fully dried now, and you can see it's like really opaque and dark, whereas the felt tip ones, they're a little bit more sheer than the liquid one with the brush. Okay, so you can approach liner 2 different ways. You can either follow the natural shape of your eye, or you can outline where you want it to go. So the first one we're gonna do is starting with the shape of your eye. So with liquid liner, I'm just gonna come a little bit closer because I need to use my mirror. With liquid liner, I never start in the inner corner of my eye. Never, ever, ever. Every time I've done that, it's instant regret. What I always do, even when I'm going with the shape of my eye, is I start in the center and then I keep going back here. The reason being is most times once you take this out of the container, even if you scrape it off, there's still excess. And a lot of times, even when you're doing makeup, you can sometimes mess up with your pressure in the beginning. You can, makeup is very finicky, like different factors. Sometimes you could do the exact same thing for 30 days, and for one reason, the one time you do it differently, there could be a mistake. So I start in the center because also it lets me know how thick or thin I want to go. So I've started down here. We're going with the shape of my eye for wing liner. So now, I'm just gonna reinforce that here. Now I inch my way forward. So again, still going with the shape of my eye. But I'm taking my time going forward. It's kind of like I'm backtracking that way. I'm not drawing forward and I can't fix that. At least if I'm going where something already is, I can't really mess that up. So it's like you just kind of go over what you've already done and you move forward a little bit. And try to get as close to the lash line as possible. I let my lashes get nice and dirty, like I really don't care, for the sake of making sure my line is where I want it to be. So again, we just went with the natural shape of the eye, and that's what we have so far. So now your wing can go many different ways. It's really, really, really up to you. If I wanted to, I could just bring it straight across and just kind of like cut the eye look and then connect this up here, just fill it in. If I want, I could just leave it down here and make like a little wing if I wanted to. Like you can, it's honestly about playing with it. So like the most foolproof way, since you're already down here, is to know where you want it to stop. That's number one. So I'm gonna draw a little line right here. So if I know I want my liner to stop, let's really draw that in some more. If I know I want my liner to stop here, what I do from here to here is totally up to me. So I can either see that I was here and connect it into one of those like swoopy little wings, or I can just go straight across and make it sharp and precise. Yeah, so for something like this look, I would say this wing needs to be a little bit more big. So again, I started small so I can add more to what I've done so far. I see there's a bit of excess. So. And bring that up. And again, I can just connect the two from here and make it swoop in a little bit, or I can just go straight across from where I was and make a straight line. And that's how you do like a sharp little liner. The other way you can approach liner is by outlining where you want it to go first and then filling it in after. So we're gonna start with the same base steps, which is follow the natural step of my eye, shape of my eye. Okay, and then I can decide, like again, we know that we want the end to go here, and then kind of look at yourself head on and be like, is that going in the same direction on my face? Yep. You know we want it to go here, so then we can just go from where we are on the center and drag the line across lightly, not slightly, lightly. And then you could just fill it in. Or if you're doing a look like this, you can leave it open like that. And I find also, this is something, if you stretch your eyelid, you can see where it's gonna go better, especially if you're a person who kind of has slouchy eyelids. Don't confuse slouchy eyelids with hooded eyelids, because I have no idea how certain beauty gurus like know what to do. Like slouchy eyelids are kind of like how mine kind of just like slouch over top, and here the look looks kind of different, but it stretches the skin. You can also do this. This is a very good way to help you know where you want the liner to go. Stretching your skin really helps sometimes, and they're pretty much the same. Like I feel like you just can't get everything perfect. You can't win it all. You really can't. It's not always gonna be 100%. You just gotta like try your best. So I felt like this look needed a bit more drama, and I wanted to make the liner really bold, so I outlined it with the black NYX vinyl liner, just starting on the outside and working my way in, using the same tips and tricks that I already stated. And that's basically the finished look. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Don't forget to stay tuned for part 3, lashes.